Hey there, can we talk? Are you down for some raw, real, transparent conversation? Because if that's what you're up to, then that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. If you aren't already familiar with me, my name is Mpumi K. Mbonane, and I am a young professional at the service of other young professionals. For this particular video, I want to discuss a topic or concepts that I've been battling with for the past couple of months, and I thought, let me come on here, share my thoughts and get your views as well on what you think about it. And I'll pose it to you as a question. I want to know from you, are you surrendered or are you resigned? And there is a difference, and we'll discuss it a bit as we go through this video. And this idea normally comes when you've got plans or you've got ideas and they just don't materialize the way you thought they would, particularly when you face disappointments in an area that you had expected success in. I know personally for me, I used to hate this particular verse that I'm going to read to you now. It's found in Proverbs 19 verse 21, and it says, "Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." There was a time when I thought, what is the point of having plans? What is the point of desiring anything if it's the Lord's purpose that will prevail anyway? I might as well just cruise through life and allow for things to happen, because whether I like them or not, things will happen the way God decides for them to happen. And so when I thought I had surrendered, when I thought, oh, it's fine, Lord, you can have your way, do whatever you want, I thought that was surrender, when in actual fact, I was just resigning. Now, while the two ideas are different, there are two factors that speak to both of them. So in both of them, we have the issue of hope and the issue of control. When you resign, you give up hope because you want to maintain control. So instead of admitting that you actually are disappointed, that the fact that you didn't get what you want hurts you, and that your life could be according to a script or a narrative that is placed or set by God, you would rather have the control of, in any case, I don't want it, so whether it happens to me or not, it doesn't matter. And you give up hope altogether. So you maintain control and you give up hope. Whereas with surrender, you keep the hope and you relinquish the control. So with surrender, it's saying, okay, these are my plans, but because I know that there is a better plan, that there's a better purpose, that is what I'm going to surrender to. So I'm going to relinquish my control to Him and maintain the hope that one day it's going to happen, even if it doesn't happen the way I had initially hoped for it to happen. Now here's the thing about that. When you resign, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself about having that desire and wanting for things to happen. Whereas when you surrender, you are letting God know that although you really wish for this to happen, you would rather have it happen at His time, in His way. Now, I just want to go back to the verse, Proverbs 19 verse 21. "Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." So something does prevail. It's not like nothing happens at all. Something does prevail, and it is God's purpose. So I then computed to say, rather, if I can tie my plans to God's purpose, then what will happen is when God's purpose prevails, it is in effect my plans that are prevailing because they are attached to God's purpose. So I need to align myself to the purpose that He has. And I'm particularly speaking to you right now because I know that a lot of us come to a place where we just don't want to try again, because success has been so hard for us and we failed at a lot of things, whether this is your personal life, your professional life, your spiritual life, your financial life, in your relationships, with your fitness and your health. It just sometimes becomes hard to want to chase after success again because your plans have failed. Listen here, don't resign. Because when you resign, you let God know that it doesn't matter even if He doesn't work that thing out, or even if He doesn't have plans for you in that regard. Surrender instead. Relinquish the control, but don't stop doing the work. Because we control the inputs, but we don't control the outputs. So rather, work at something, hope towards something, strive towards something. And if it happens because it is aligned to God's purpose anyway, that's great. But if it isn't, then you can tune yourself back to His purpose and rework whatever it was you were doing. And to start you off, because I don't want you to think then, oh my goodness, what do I do? I wrote an ebook called The 3-Step Success Formula. And in this, I'm going to take you through the 3 steps fundamentally. But the first one is going to require you to actually come to a place of saying, actually, I do want this. This is what I want. And then you can work from that place. Not of having resigned, but having surrendered, meaning that you do work and leaving the control to God. So click the link that is provided to you and get the ebook, because I don't want you to give up on success. I don't want you to resign on the idea of you being and having what you've always wanted to, because it didn't work out initially. Until next time, ciao.